Farming is the greatest challenge in the world. When a farmer gets up in the morning, he's got 100 strikes against him.
You can fertilize, spray chemicals, you can treat weeds, you can do everything in the world. But if Mother Nature doesn't let it rain, you're in trouble.
He's got to fight weeds, he's got to fight insects, he's got to fight disease, he's got to fight low prices, and his biggest competitor is Mother Nature.
Hit a wet spot when we need it most, or we end up bone dry when we really need the water.
But at the end of the day, if you have beaten Mother Nature and you've had a good day, then you feel good about being a part of providing the food that feeds America.
The reason why I farm is because it's that one true place that I can call home. And it's that one place to where I can really start a family and be proud of where I came from.
There's a lot of life lessons to be learned on a farm. The process of birth, continuation of life.
Well, 90% of it, you're your own boss, you make your own decisions, and nobody telling you what to do.
The best thing is probably not really having a boss and being able to work for yourself.
Teaching responsibility skills to my girls, making sure that they grow up to be responsible. That can be taught through working with animals and giving each one of them jobs to do.
We've gone through some times when from the position we were in, we probably shouldn't have made it, but we have always managed to keep it together, and that's what failure has never been an option.
We started farming because we worked corporate jobs and we just weren't really happy with our lives at all. We wanted to do something to contribute to the community and to live a different style of life.
I'm a living, breathing piece of history, and I want to continue that and help provide to make this farm as great as it used to be and as great as it can. So that's why I farm.
So 2 years ago we started Little Seed Farm, to change our lives and hopefully to help change other people's lives as well.
To be a farmer, you had to be willing to do a whole lot of hard manual work. That was basically the number one requirement, was manual labor, and a lot of it.
I guess when I used to plow the old mules, I enjoyed plowing the old mules in the fields, and I always enjoyed working mules, and I'd say that was the biggest pleasure I ever had, working mules.
Whereas today, we have machinery and tractors and hay balers and stuff, and today to be a farmer, probably one of the requirements would be land and or money.
Basically your family will outwork anybody that you can get, from outside, because they're going to try to take care of things.
I've never worked in a factory job, but I would imagine it gets to be tough to do the same thing every day for 20, 30 years.
It's been an excellent experience for me. We live out in the country. We're off to ourselves. Wilson County provides a beautiful landscape for farming with its rolling hills, abundant grass, and that's an ideal situation for raising sheep.
All the girls were involved, and we raised them on a farm. It's just a way of life with us.
When we're out here, we can see what our hard work and dedication does.
We don't really have a job as much as just kind of a way of life out here.
My ancestors staked this land off in January 1789.
My granddaddy would have bought it back in the 20s.
And it's been handed down ever since.
So I'd be the third generation, and
I'm the sixth generation to farm it.
I'm the seventh generation to be farming.
The grandkids will be the fifth generation whenever they get to where they can get out and be on it.
4 generations.
I'm the 7th generation that has farmed this land.
This dairy is a first-generation dairy, and there aren't many of those that we survived the 80s, and statistically we shouldn't have made it through that.
The type of farming we do, which is a commercial beef cow operation, is you know, the last few years have probably been the most profitable years that we've ever had, or anybody in the beef cow business has ever had.
I think Major Dairy has an opportunity to grow and thrive because of our three sons. They are very capable, very qualified. They're the kind of people that we need to keep in production agriculture. And beyond that, we have a wonderful grandson and granddaughter that are very much interested in it.
We need to start educating our kids of where their food comes from. I think we're really failing in teaching kids, you know, about production agriculture.
We're raising the crops on a lot smaller scale than in the Midwest. For the size we are, it's really nice, but it's not. I mean, the equipment we have is what was modern and big in the Midwest maybe 15 years ago.
So much of what we are currently farming is land and farms that we've got rented from other people or whatever. And most of those landowners are not farmers. So most of them are, I don't know, maybe bankers or lawyers or people, real estate developers. And as those farms get sold or developed, we will lose those farms that we've leased and got cattle on. So the big thing is our farming operation will probably get smaller in the future years because we do depend on leasing a lot of farms from other people.
I would encourage them to get started small, grow the farm at a slow rate, make sure it's something that you want to do and that you enjoy doing and have a passion doing, and get big over time, but not jump into it and buy a lot of equipment and get too deep in debt, but start slow and grow it.
It's not like we got this large quick. It just took 40 years to really build up herd as big as it is. And to start out really big, you'd have to be $1 million to start with.
Whenever I see my grandchildren out here leading their calves around, or see my sons making decisions on a daily basis, and I don't have any regrets, and I don't have any doubt that we made the right decision.
The people in this community, you know, we have farms pretty much over the whole county, and we'll rent a new farm. You won't know who's across the fence from or anything, but in every case, I mean, it always end up being friendly and helpful, and I'm not sure if it's like that over the whole country, but here there are some friendly people and good neighbors, and that makes it a whole lot more enjoyable when you get along with everybody around you.
You know, our goal is just to make this business sustainable for ourselves financially, and hopefully be able to provide some employment for, you know, people in Wilson County as well.
It's just very few farmers in this whole country that's really producing the food. When you get down to the numbers, there's millions of part-time and recreational farmers. There's just a few 100,000 farmers that are farming full-time that are really doing it to make a living.
If you don't love farming, you don't need to get into it, because you don't do it for the money, you just do it for the love of it.
It's just hard to believe that about 2 generations ago, or maybe 3, there was almost one farmer for every person that wasn't a farmer, and now they say that one farmer feeds 151 people in this country, and part of those people are not in this country. They feed several abroad.
But I've had a good ride. Bank's been nice to me. I can say Wilson Bank and Trust has worked well with me.
I can't think of any better place to raise a family than out here on the farm in the country, especially in Wilson County.